Hello, everybody. How are you? My name is Sonia Marie, as you already know, and this segment is called On the Move. However, I'm not moving anywhere because I'm abiding by the rules and I'm staying my behind right here in the house until things are settled. Now, I wanted to come on here and talk about just that. As you see, this segment on the move is entitled Shameless Predictions. So, as y'all roll on in here live, and thank you for joining me, I so appreciate you. And those that even come after the fact, I appreciate you as well. You're going to want to hear this information. Like, truthfully, I'm like psyched to give it to you. And I kind of feel like this is worthy of sharing. Not kinda. It is worthy of sharing. It actually blew my mind. So as people ride on in here, hi Samantha, hi Rob E, hi Polish My Pearl, and Keisha or Keisha, Miss Bennett. Either way, Natasha's here as well. I'm so glad you're here. Jay Walker, what's happening? Peace and blessings to you, darling. Listen, so as I was in the shower, and that's where I get a lot of my hits from. Anybody else? Yes, yes, y'all. Hands up. The water, since I am a water sign, it hit me. It was thinking for me and just said, "Hey, stupid, here you go." Not stupid, but y'all know what I mean. In the shower, and I'm thinking, "Oh, wow. So what is actually going on?" We talked about that Chiron and stuff earlier in other whatchamacallits broadcast, but it started to expand as I was thinking about it, as I was getting these hits. So I went and I studied a lot of it. And I said to myself, I need to share this with y'all. So before I get all into that, YouTube protocol, in the description box below, you'll find out more of who I am. You can get a reading with me if you'd like, and that's part of this shameless prediction. I'll get into that in a minute. And then a whole bunch of other fun stuff. There's some t-shirts that I can send you if you'd like, order one for yourself, for your peoples, all of that. It's all in the description box. Like, share, and comment. I want to know your thoughts about what it is that we're going to talk about, or at least I'm going to talk about today. I want to know what you think about this thing here. Now, forgive me if a lot of you are novice when it comes to astrology. However, I want to do my best. Again, like you may or may not know, I am a teacher, and I want to do my best to teach you astrology the way I see it, in certain ways and certain aspects and stuff, so we can learn how to see these things for ourselves. I always say that the biggest reason why, and I won't be doing this for the rest of my life, right? At least publicly, but the biggest reason why I've been called to do this here and now is because I think it's time that it's always been time, but it's definitely time that we take information that's out there in the world, devise it for ourselves, become our own freaking leader, become our own freaking healer, understand what the information is saying, and actually interpret it for ourselves and for our family and move accordingly. That's the reason why I love astrology. It allows us to see who we are, what the world is going through, and then we are able to react to it accordingly. It's only a tool, y'all. Bust this. First of all, here's the shameless part. In this moment in time, as we already know, there's so much going on. Hi, sweetie pie, Janine, Bumblebee lady, what's happening? As we already know, there's so much is going on right now, and people are starting to get a little unedged, unraveled, impatient. And Aries energy brings that on, by the way. Aries energy, being that the sun is in Aries right now, is the most impatient zodiac sign in our constellation, because it's quick. It's a baby. It's risk taking. It likes to jump off the mountain. It goes first. It's like, I'll do it because I don't have enough time to be sitting around. Like it has this impetuous kind of like reaction to everything that goes on around it. So we are feeling that. And depending on who you are, if you are a square to it, like Cancer and Capricorn, you may get irritated by this impetuous energy. If you are a fire sign that wants to go with it, you may get revved up by this impetuous energy, but then you don't have nowhere to go. I'm just saying. That's not what I want to talk about. What I really want to talk about is this. This is the shameless part. In this moment in time, there are so many wounds, and this is a reiteration. There's so many wounds that are coming up to the surface that you should get a hold of your friendly neighborhood healer. You should get a hold of those that are around you that have been talking this kind of talk, for instance, right? For the last like 15 years, 10 years. Let's rewind, selector. When you met that crazy lady, you pegged as crazy. That crazy man, you pegged as crazy. Started talking about astrology, started talking about healing. And the only thing that you can think of, and I'm not talking about you in particular, but just go with me, okay? Was having fun, slapping some ass, having a drink, making some money. You understand what I'm saying? Living in that 80s perspective, which I call fast and furious and fake ass drums, like cocaine all day long, getting it good, right? And the healing part, the spiritual part, wasn't necessarily prevalent. So then all of a sudden, time starts to speed up and wounds start to come out over the last 10 years, right? And we start to see ourselves, we start to see other people. We become a little agitated by it, but we know that changes are happening. The agitation comes from the fact that we don't know what to do with that information, right? We don't know how to heal from these wounds that are coming up, and thus we become even more agitated. But how about this? There have been people like myself, a billion other astrologers, maybe that's too much, a million other astrologers, healers, your clergymen, the ones that are on the up and up. You know what I mean? Because I have a thing about religion and the church. I love Jesus, but the people that bring that message through sometimes can be a little crooked. Here's the deal. Those that you trust, those that have been speaking these changes, those that have the ability to see, you need to contact. If it's a conversation for 5 minutes, if it's a reading, like I offer up to you, I suggest that you go on and do that thing if you have the money available. I'm not trying to bleed people. I'm just trying to say that this is a moment in time in which we need to open up the goddamn door. And opening up the door, opening up your heart is what I really saw. Opening up your heart, your rib cage, and allowing yourself to see yourself, like the pain. I want to share something with y'all that's extremely candid, but this is just an example. I was laying in the bed. This is gonna be a long fucking read, y'all. I mean reading. Broadcast, maybe, because I just have a lot to share and I think it's all good and I'm mad lucid. Okay. Here's the deal. I was laying in bed this morning, for an example, and I started to feel like I started to pray on the blocks that were around me in regards to maybe my love life, maybe the money, the lack of money that I'm making, maybe the welfare poverty mentality that I was raised in, right? And I heard release the abandonment. And here we have, millions of therapists, a bunch of books that talk about women and men, people who have experienced abandonment, right? So I'm laying there and I'm going, wow, that's so goddamn cliche. All right, abandonment, God. Like, yeah, everybody feels abandoned. We're living in a society in which society abandons society, not just your parents, not just your loved ones, not just your man or your woman, not just your children who go off in the world and never come back, or your parents that go off in the world and never come back. Y'all following me? So I was sitting there and I was going, but what's the depth of that abandonment, spirit? God said, when you release that abandonment, when you realize that you have always been on your own, like you have come, my mother used to say, y'all, you're gonna be born by yourself and you're gonna die by yourself. And as bleak as that may sound, it's so motherfucking true. So is abandonment really a thing? It's a thing when you feel like you have some type of attachment and an expectation to anybody and everybody around you. I'm not gonna get into my shit, but here's the deal. The deal is that shit opened up my chest to a point where I could literally feel my throat, like it was coming up my chest and through my throat, to the point where I just wanted to grab it and throw it out. Like, you don't belong here no more, bitch. Get the hell out. Like, leave me alone already. But again, That's the kind of work that we need to do. When you start feeling it physically in your body, when you know that shit is like moving, when you try to suppress it, when you say to yourself, I can't deal with that right now, I'm trying to make money because I don't have a job, then you're doing yourself a disservice, because these are the things that wanted to come up and out in the first fucking place. Let me reiterate and tell y'all what's actually going on to support that notion. Like I said in the other broadcast, we have the sun in Aries, but we also have Chiron and Black Lilith in Aries. I don't know if y'all did your homework and y'all checked that out, but Chiron and Black Lilith is a beast. They're both asteroids, and Chiron deals with wounds naturally. The wounded healer is what it's called. Black Lilith deals with the shadow side, our sexual expectations, our desires, like our deep-seated sexual desires, right? These two motherfuckers are sitting right on the sun. So the sun is putting light on these aspects. Got that? Y'all get that? Yes, yes, y'all. Y'all following me so far. There's a good 20 of y'all in here, and I'm so happy about that. Because 20 people is better than 2. I don't know where I was getting ready to go with that, but do y'all get this? Yes, yes, y'all. Y'all following me thus far? Bust this. Imagine, let me take my phone, because again, I'm in teacher mode. Imagine this right here is the point. Imagine this is a square, first of all, not a rectangle. This is a square. And this is the point where the sun, Chiron, and Black Lilith are sitting. Okay? This is a point where Cancer energy is. Why? Because again, imagine it is a square. I wish I had a square, but imagine it is a square. These points would be 90 degrees away from each other. Imagine this is Capricorn information, another 90 degrees away from that. Imagine this is Libra information, another 90 degrees away from that. I'm going in, y'all. I'm going in, so let your peoples know this is a broadcast to see. This is a square. So that means this whole situation is a major square in the sky right now. Squares in astrology presents challenges. What's squaring, pray tell? You have the sun, Black Lilith, and Chiron. Remember, all in one corner. In the other corner, you have the North Node in Cancer, 90 degrees away from that bitch. Crazy. First of all, the North Node again is where we're going. It's our purpose. In this corner, bust this, the planet Earth. How's about that? In Libra at this moment, and they're direct degrees, by the way. And in this corner, we have Capricorn, the South Node, presenting a huge motherfucking they call it a grand fucking square. I know I'm cursing a lot, y'all, but I'm hyped. A grand square in the sky right now between our wounds, the sun, and our shadow side, between our purpose and where we're going, the Earth, okay, which has to do with stability, practicality, reliability. You understand what I'm saying? And then the South Node, which is where we came from. It's our comfort zone. They are all presenting I just saw, it's like a battle. Like they're on the street, like 4 different gangs are coming down 4 different streets and meeting in the middle of the square, looking at each other, like sizing each other up, like West Side Story. Are y'all following me? Intuitive learning, Tiana, intuitive learning. You dig what I'm saying? They're battling one another. And how about this? Each sign in astrology is a cardinal sign. They're all leaders. So they all want their way. That is something interesting. So I said to myself, as I kept moving, people need to get readings. People need to see what Chiron and the sun and Black Lilith is bringing. People need to see where the fuck they're going, that North Node and Cancer, and how it wants us to be more nurturing to people as well as ourselves, more family oriented, excuse me, more emotional even. Those wounds are making us not be emotional. That was grammatically incorrect, but you know what I'm talking about. Why? Because they're fighting. When what we probably need to do is to be more vulnerable and to love the people that really are not kind at this moment. And then we have the Earth and its practicality trying to hold everybody down, keeping it steady, keeping us sane. Do y'all follow me? Is this good information or what? I need to know y'all hear what I'm talking about, or y'all just listening right now to try to make it, whatever it is in your brain, you're trying to make that happen. I understand it. Then we have the other square, which is that South Node, that comfort zone in Capricorn. That's saying, yeah, remember when we used to do this? Y'all get me? Okay, I'm so happy. It's deep, Natasha, huh? Then the South Node says, oh, this is what we used to do. I mean, can't we just stay with the regular shit? Can't we just be white supremacists? Can't we just control shit? Can't we just, rely on sex? And I say sex because sometimes that's people's power. Sometimes that thing, just that's people's power in between their legs. We can't rely on that no more. Nah. Everything that you thought was superior, that you thought was powerful, is being demolished in this moment. That's a crazy ass notion. So I says to myself, all right, God, we know that this is happening. Okay. We know that this is happening, but people are freaking out over their money. So what do we do about money? So as an astrologer, again, intuitive learning, I'm teaching y'all. We go to Venus because Venus deals with money. Again, this is a very, 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 very elementary description of what's going on right now. There are a lot more astrological aspects, and you have to involve degrees and so many layers of other asteroids involved. Like, it's geometrically mind-blowing because that is the science and the beauty and the conversation of our universe, where sometimes I personally, as an astrologer, I don't need to know everything, but I need to be able to break it down so I can devour it and then understand it from an intuitive perspective, and then I know what to do. And then I know what to share with you. Y'all get this? Man, get rid of the politicians. Well, the politicians are getting rid of themselves, sassy frass. That's for damn sure, chick. The politicians are getting rid of themselves. Why? Because the North Node and all that other shit is like, they're coming to the middle of the square. I mean, they're battling and they're going to lose. Why? Because the South Node is comfort. We're always pushed out of our comfort zone. Why? Because we evolve as people, as birds, as the earth. You understand what I'm saying? South Node is against evolution. We must remember that we have to move forward. Anyway, so I say, Venus has to deal with money, right? Jupiter is the abundance overflowing of that thing. How about this? Talking about earth signs, intuitive learning, and earth positions. Venus is in Taurus at 22 degrees. Jupiter is in Capricorn at 23 degrees. Why are we worried? I'm just asking. Why are you really, really worried? I'm just asking. You have Venus, astrologically speaking. Now, I'm not in your bed. I'm not in your books. I'm not in your bank account. I have no idea what's going on with your life personally. So I don't want to speak for everybody. I just want to highlight some good things. And here's the thing about astrology. Squirrel. The thing about astrology is this. It's like vibration. It's energy. Once you attach yourself to the energy, or at the very least for 5 minutes, believe it, your whole world starts to shift. Understand that wherever you put attention and energy on grows. So you want to put attention and energy on the fact that you're broke, or you will be broke, because that shit's gonna grow. And then you're gonna end up homeless. I'm just saying. Put your energy on the fact that Venus in Taurus is doing a number right now. Venus has to do with quality of life, money. Venus has to do with beauty. Okay. Venus is desire in Taurus, which is the fucking manifesting sign of the zodiac, the money sign of the zodiac. It's saying, yo, I'm here for you. If y'all just relax for a quick second and deal with your wounds. How about that for a notion? And it's trining in great aspects. Trining is harmony with Jupiter in Capricorn, less than a degree away. Come on, y'all. Is the universe not taking care of us? Even if you don't have $200, in which you always have $200 in your pocket right now for kicks and giggles, and you got 50, what you gonna do with that 50 and smile about that shit? I, for one, am very happy that I've been in the house, because I haven't dropped at least $200-300 out in the street buying random drinks with random people that I don't even give a fuck about. I'm just joking. But I'm saying, for real, that you just go. So I'm keeping my money. The point of the matter is we start to see where our money really, really goes. And we start to see that we actually have more money than we think we have. Y'all understand me? Are y'all getting this? Are y'all getting this? Not only will we be good, sassafras, but we are going to be better. is the point, which brings me to this. So then I says, gods, I says, when is this thing is going to turn around? When is this thing going to turn around? Astrologically speaking, here's my shameless prediction. You don't have to quote me on this. You can quote me on it if you like, but this is just one person's perspective. Round about the first week, or I should say the second week of May, I predict around about May 6th, things are going to start to taper off. Why? Astrologically speaking, the sun will be in Taurus. That north node that we're talking about, that's battling out in the middle of the street, will no longer be in Cancer. It will snap into Gemini. Oh, wow. That gang just turned around and made an about face and went down the street, or went down a whole nother street. Are y'all following me? Intuitive learning. What sign is that? Planet. Good God, Sonia. Saturn is in Aquarius. Now, that's a whole nother situation. It's already in Aquarius right now, right? But Saturn in Aquarius brings up a whole nother lesson, a whole nother deal. Saturn in Aquarius says, okay, we may not have this corona situation, but now you need to know how to pull it together, humanitarian wise. Talked about that already. Don't want to go too far into that. Then we have Uranus in Taurus. Boom. Here is the situation, because Uranus and the sun is coupling up, and Uranus is all about massive, sudden changes. That has to do with weather. That has to do with where we're going. It's the forward motion, the change, the trend that's happening. So not only is Uranus saying it's going to happen real quick, whatever is going to change, it's going to change real quick. It's going to change in the light of the sun, where everybody is going to, like, in my opinion, emerge brighter with more money, possibly. At the very least, at the very freaking least, a power of will and quality within yourself in which you've never had before. If you talk to your friendly neighborhood seer, wound specialist, and not even that, if you just go into prayer, y'all, like if you just stay into prayer, you don't have to elect anyone to assist you. Assist your damn self, unabashedly. Like, open up and say, yeah, I've always been like that. I cannot tell you how important that is. On May 6th, okay, Neptune is still holding us down in Pisces. Now, that's a blessing on top of a blessing. People don't really realize that, especially folks that want to stay practical, especially folks that want to stay realistic, especially folks that need fucking proof, especially people that don't understand and actually don't care about anything that I'm saying. They're like, whatever, motherfucker, give me a contract, give me that stimulus package. Let's work it out, like, right now. Put it on paper. Yeah, okay, but pipe it down, because whatever is on paper has to come from the ethers first. And Neptune being in Pisces, which Neptune loves to be in Pisces, is trying to drop the information down as long as we don't battle it. Are y'all hearing me? Pisces, Neptune and Pisces saying, I'm dropping the intuitive hits on you. Y'all not paying attention because you want to fight. Y'all not paying attention because you want to be stressed out. Neptune and Pisces is a godsend. All right. And at that time, on May 6th, that Chiron will still be in Aries. Black Lilith will still be in Aries. So wounds will still come up. But instead of it looking like a gushing freaking geisha, it's going to look like a... Sonia is stupid. Sometimes I just laugh at myself. Because anyway, it's going to look like, instead of it going crazy like it is right now. Y'all understand that? The wounds will just... Oh, remember that? Oh, yeah, I remember that. Wipe that away. Oh, yeah, King Solomon got that. Yeah, God got that. Jesus, come and take that, because we're not dealing with that anymore. It'll be a little easier because the wounds will still come up, but you'll be able to recognize it. You know why? Because it will not be any fear attached to it. No fear. No fear, y'all. Okay, I spent a little bit too much time, more time than I thought. Oh, did I mention that? Yeah, I did. I mentioned that they were all cardinal signs and they was trying to do their things. I'm just looking at my notes because I want to make sure I say everything that I said I was going to say. So look forward to the first week of May. After May 6th, round about that time, I don't know what your president is talking about. Yeah, your president. Around Easter, he's trying to play Jesus out this motherfucker and resurrect everybody. Yeah, that's not going to happen. And in my opinion, it should not happen. Whether it happens or not, I suggest you stay in the house until the 1st of May. and do your best to relay information for people to just be safe and be peaceful and get ready for an emergence that's going to happen that's going to knock your freaking socks off. I'm just saying. Listen to D Nice. That motherfucker's been opening up my heart. I love him so much. He's a Gemini, by the way. With a lot of Cancer. I'm crazy like that. I looked up his chart. I'm a little nuts. I love talking to y'all. And I'm grateful, so grateful that you're listening. Please share, like, and definitely comment on whatever it is that I spoke about, good, bad, or indifferent. We can go into debate. It's all right. We got to keep each other up, or at least each other keen and seeing different perspectives. That's always necessary. Take care. And I do love you, whether I know you or not. Bye. Stay safe.